In this video, you will learn to discuss how processes are important to our everyday lives and for IT security, and discuss the definition of a security operations center.
Hi, welcome to the training on business process management and IT security services. My name is Joe Spino, and I am a business process analyst at IBM Corporation. Today, I'd like to provide some insight and training after we go through a little bit of an introduction on business process management, or BPM, IT infrastructure library, commonly referred to as ITIL, and lastly, dig in a little deeper on some of the ITIL processes. And this all relates to IT security services. And let's get started. Processes are part of our everyday lives. We are engaging in processes personally and professionally. An example might be what I experienced yesterday. I had to get some money from my checking account, so I drove over to my local bank, the ATM machine. I inserted my debit card, which really kicks off the process. And internally, what I'm not seeing as the customer on the outside, internally within the bank system, it's going through a series of validation checks, looking at my card, trying to make sure there was no fraud involved, that my card wasn't reported stolen. So it's got a validation process. These are steps it takes internally. And then I plug in my PIN number, and it validates that. The system retrieves my account information. It'll go in and look at my account balance. Do I have enough money in there to draw some out? And it completes all of its checking. It asks me, how much do you want to take out? I enter the amount in the keypad. It will ask me how I'd like that and what type of bills. It updates my account and dispenses the cash. The cash comes out, my little card pops out, and the final step in the process, it spits out a little receipt that I take and drive off. So this clear process had a start and end, and I initiated it by putting my debit card in. Now, as IT security professionals, processes are very important in what we do. As you all know, the cyber attacks and alerts are increasing. The complexity of managing this environment is increasing. The attacks are ongoing and nonstop on our IT resources and assets. So we as IT security professionals are required to spend more time, focus, and attention on this, namely the security analysts. So it's important to have skills, processes, methods, and standards, because protecting our companies from outside cyber attacks is a critical job and very much needed today. The people, the processes, and the tools that we will use as IT professionals all need to work in harmony with each other for a given process. The security operations centers, and they may be called something different in your company or in your experience, but it's basically a pool of skills and resources that work to detect and investigate and stop threats. Within IBM, we call them security operations centers, SOCs for short. And in these SOCs, it's imperative we have the right skills, staffing. We have the right tool sets, for instance, automation, because if we can automate formerly manual tasks, that will increase the speed with which we can fix any issues that arise. So skills, tool sets, and processes. So people, tools, and process is kind of the industry way to look at the threefold model. And a key to success is the implementation of standard, repeatable, and measured process.